today we're gonna like really dive deep into what's actually happening, going way past just the headlines.
Okay, sounds good.
So we're dissecting a podcast episode called How Robots Are Revolutionizing Healthcare.
Okay.
And it features this robotics expert, Dr. Qamar-ul-Islam.
Right.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll totally understand this whole crazy world of robots in medicine.
Wow, that's a tall order.
I know, right? It's a fast-moving target.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it so exciting to deep dive into. We'll be talking about all sorts of robots already being used, how they're changing surgery, and even some of the ethical issues they bring up.
Ethical issues, like what?
Well, have you ever heard of those tiny nanobots that can deliver medicine straight into your cells?
I've heard of those, yeah.
Pretty wild, right? Or what about robots that help with mental health? Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. So to kick things off, why are robots becoming so important in healthcare?
Well, for starters, they can help reduce human error, which, let's face it, is a big concern in medicine. Robots offer a level of precision and consistency that we humans just can't match. I mean, they don't get tired, they don't get distracted, and they don't let emotions get in the way.
So it's all about taking the human weakness out of it.
Kind of.
Okay, so that makes sense. But doesn't that make healthcare less human? Less personal?
That's a good question. And it's something that researchers are definitely thinking about. But the goal isn't to get rid of human interaction altogether. It's more about using robots to make it better. Think of it this way. Robots can handle the repetitive or physically demanding stuff. Then human healthcare workers are freed up to focus on things that require, actual human skills like emotional support or dealing with complex medical needs that need empathy and intuition.
So it's all about finding the right balance. Cool. So let's talk about specifics. What kind of robots are being used in healthcare right now? I mean, I'm picturing those super advanced surgical robots, but I bet there's way more than that, right?
Oh, absolutely. There are tons of different robots out there, each designed for specific jobs. You mentioned surgical robots, and yeah, those are becoming more and more common. They let surgeons do minimally invasive procedures with amazing accuracy, which means patients recover faster and have fewer complications. One of the most well-known is the Vinci Surgical System.
Ah, the Da Vinci. Isn't that the one where the surgeon sits at a console and controls these robotic arms?
Yep, that's the one.
It sounds like something straight out of a video game.
It kind of does, yeah, but it's definitely not a game. This technology is making a real difference in the lives of patients. It lets surgeons reach those hard-to-get-to spots in the body, make tiny incisions so there's less scarring, and even do surgery remotely. So people in remote areas can still get access to specialized surgical care.
Wow. It's like teleporting a surgeon's skills anywhere in the world.
Exactly.
Okay, so hold on. When did this all begin? When was the first robot-assisted surgery?
Believe it or not, it was way back in 1985. It was a neurosurgical biopsy, and they used this robotic arm called the PUMA 560 system.
Wow. 1985. That's way earlier than I would have guessed.
Yeah.
That shows you just how much progress has been made in such a short amount of time. Okay, so surgical robots are obviously a big deal, but what about other kinds of robots?
Well, there are rehab robots like Exoskeletons, which are changing the game for people who've had strokes or have mobility issues.
Oh, yeah.